So we got 2 hours left until what I'm going to call an unbeatable raid. I don't think there's any winning here. There's only mitigating your losses. So in episode 1, we were able to choose 1 of 10 random characters that all had the Pyromaniac trait, and Gabba with their Ares Wrath God trait was by far the best. We haven't even been doing any fighting with them. The 50% extra global work speed has been helping us build, mine, and plants. And so far we've been surviving Winston Waves just off of traps. We got visited by Kana, who had the Range God trait, and do keep in mind these are pretty rare. But not only does she have the Range God trait, she was a Deadeye class, which is a really good range class. It's got a bunch of really useful abilities, and so once we get some gear, she's going to be super good. Later on in the episode, we got visited by yet another range class. The Sharpshooter class is really useful. Asia starts out at level 6, and I believe the later on in the playthrough you are, the higher level people will start with, or she slowly gets XP over time being our prisoner. I'm not sure how that works exactly, but since she's level 6, we can put 3 points into sniper training, which is going to increase her movement, accuracy, and lower her aiming delay. Doing that makes her a legendary sniper, which does lower her global work speed and research speed though, which is unfortunate because she does have a burning passion for research, but we still probably will just have her research full time because we started with no tech and we don't have a whole lot of tech researched. As for their race, their lifespan is twice that of normal humans. They can summon a powerful genius, which I believe is this ability. She can do this once every day, and I'm guessing this has like a limited duration. And basically this thing just counts as an animal, but it comes trained up and it can haul and attack and guard and all that stuff. I'm guessing we can only summon one of them, but we'll try to keep this safe, and once this cooldown's back up, we'll try to summon another one. They get increased consciousness, lower blood filtration, so they're more susceptible to illnesses, lower mental break threshold, and lower psychic sensitivity. She does also come with some really good equipment. Some of it's translated, some of it's not. This thing is a utility slot item that protects quite a bit of the body and the head. With 98% protection, it is only 23% durability though. If we can repair this somehow, that protection is going to go way up. It also lowers incoming damage by 30%, lowers flammability, and lowers movement speed though as well by a lot. 4 movement speed is a ton. Also to keep in mind, the market value for that is 13k, and if this was like a normal run, that would make raids insanely hard. This next piece of armor that she has is also really high market value, and this thing actually increases movement speed by 4, lowers flammability by another 50%, so I guess she's immune to fire. And this thing is a helmet that provides 65% protection. Next we got yet another item that has a crazy market value, 9k for this thing, 65% protection, increases movement speed by 4 yet again, lowers flammability by 50%, so she's going to be super immune to fire. She also came with this duster that I guess is an outer layer coat type of deal, protects the torso and arms with 50% protection. It is really low durability, so if we can repair it, I'm thinking the armor is going to like double. Last but not least, we got some type of eye protection that again lowers movement speed by 4. So we have 2 things that are lowering movement speed by 4 and increasing it by 4. This thing has a ton of stats though: increased shooting accuracy by 30, lowered aiming time by 60%, lower range cooldown by 0.5, which I think that halves whatever her weapon cooldown is, but does increase her mental break threshold by 10%. So there is a little bit of trade-off there, I guess, but yeah, it has a really high value, 10k value. So the quests that we're going to get are going to be really hard, even though we only have 100% threat scale. When we capture her, it was on day, I think 16.87, and you can see our wealth triple once we capture her. She was also a trader and she had some ammo and stuff, so it wasn't just her gear, but yeah, most of that was her gear. She also came with this weapon that yet again has a really high value, 48 damage, 80% armor pen, really inaccurate, but with our Deadeye class's abilities like Ghost Shot, which can be fired without line of sight, so we can fire it like through walls. This ability does not miss, so the fact that this thing is really inaccurate does not, affect it. It's a really strong combo, and yeah, we don't really have any excuse to lose basically. Do keep in mind, we are doing the no pause challenge, which does make things a lot harder, especially once we have to actually start doing combat and our wooden spike traps are not going to be enough to do the job. Right now it's fine, like there's plenty of trees on the map because we're in a tropical rainforest mountain tile, and so we've had pretty much unlimited wood to make spike traps that have dealt with pretty much all the raids so far, and they're probably going to be able to deal with wave 11 for us. I was thinking about calling that raid in early because we did have a bunch of manhunting rats outside. There was like 20 left up still, but for the most part they're all gone. There's only 5 left. So I guess we killed the last manhunting rat, and that was a part of a quest that gave us a reward. It was 132 sin thread, which I don't know how good that cloth is for making gear. I would guess it's pretty good. 2 intellectual skill trainers though that will boost Lemur's intellectual by quite a bit because he does have 15% extra global learning rate because of his race, and he's a burning passion for research. One boosted him up to 15 from 11, the next one boosted him up to 17 from 15. The dude's race also allows him to research 15% quicker, so we have a really good researcher now, and he is researching this tech pretty quick. There was no really great options here. We got a psychic ship, which is okay, I guess. We're gonna have Kana use Ghost Shot out of line of sight onto, I guess, the Lancer. It doesn't really matter. It should one-shot it, I think. Yeah, one-shot it. And it woke these guys up. The raid is here, and holy cow, we got a legendary pawn join reward. 5 mercenaries join us. We'll take the legendary reward, and let's keep this open. I'm not sure what side the raid is coming from, but let's just open up these doors. These guys come with gear and like weapons and stuff, I think. I mean, they definitely come with gear. I don't know if they come with weapons, but yeah, 5 more dudes. So it's gonna be like a lot to be aware of, I guess. So I'll try to simplify it. Oh yeah, this raid does have charged weapons, by the way, but they're medieval, so they have pretty crap armor. Looks like they're kind of not really sure what they want to do. Like they're going for the mechs maybe after deciding this is not for them. Oh, they don't have any ammo, by the way. That's kind of a little bit of a bug with EO's combat, I guess, when they have charged weapons. Do also keep in mind these charged weapons are biocoded, so it's not like we get a bunch of free weapons here. And I guess the ammo thing is a little bit of an oversight with this mod, which is kind of rare. I have not seen them mess anything up really, but do keep in mind EO's combat is a mod, and I'm using rim threaded, so maybe it's rim threaded's fault, who knows. But yeah, the raiders were able to clear out the mechs for us, which is very nice of them, and we did open up a way into the base. While we're waiting for them to get here, let's just try to go over these 5 colonists that we just picked up really fast. This dude is an inventor who is good at research, so full-time researcher, and they can do art, I guess, but nah, we're just gonna have them research full-time. We want to get those techs going. They're also brave, which lowers their mental break threshold, so this person is gonna be just chilling basically and doing full-time research. Hawk is gonna be a really good addition. And this dude got knocked out. Speaking of additions, he's a shooter, but like we just picked up 5 dudes, and these guys are gonna run. Sohalite got knocked out as well, and they're tough with 15 intellectual, good lord. Feels like we almost have to save this guy. He's got 8 hours left and we have no prisoners, so we gotta save him. He's tough. We also should ordinarily be able to execute these people for development points, so we can try to do that with this guy. Apparently it's not an issue with rim threaded, and it's an issue with one of my mods. There's some kind of conflict going on. We do actually have 6 development points, so maybe executions are working. We started with 0 and we have not done any rituals. Maybe executions are working. It just isn't popping up here, which is odd. And we got a random shuttle crash events. 2 of them are actually not bleeding, only this person is. As far as their stats, this dude's good at building. Unstoppable also lowers incoming damage. We have so many people right now though, like even though they're good and they can build really well too. Oh, and Maya got back up, which is unfortunate. Sapphire though is Bloodlust, and she's a Revian. Revians are always good to have around. We should send people out to rescue these guys, and I think we can actually rescue Maya even though she got back up. Her stats aren't crazy good, but since she's an Asari, she could have a good biotic ability. But a lot going on right now. I also just noticed that Hawk, the dude that's the inventor, he had an artery blockage, so that's kind of annoying, I guess. And Rigo is way worse though. He has major Alzheimer's and he's frail at only 55 years old. Not sure how that happened, but yeah, this dude's not gonna be great. He gets lower incoming damage by 10%. Increased pain shock threshold. I guess we could have him just be kind of a meat shield. He gets less hunger rate as well, so he's not gonna have to eat too much. Are we really eating berries right now? I mean, he's in mental break, so maybe that's why. We should have meals. Okay, we actually have no meals because our main cook has sleepy sickness and I was letting them rest, but we'll have them make some meals before we let them rest this off. This disease, by the way, I think is something you only get in the jungle and the rainforest. It does progress slowly, but it takes a while to clear, so it's kind of annoying. Well, it looks like Sapphire joined. Dude, I don't know if I'm like about this whole... Good lord, there's so many things going on. On the bright side, the more people that we have is not going to affect Winston Waves. It does affect the random events like the psychic ship we got earlier. She can't really do a whole lot around base that we need, but since she's our only Revian, we can focus on increasing her soul reap level by having her sacrifice raiders. As far as the other people we got from the legendary pawn joint events, Alligator does not have any health conditions, which is good. They are a gifted psychic, which we have someone with this trait already, so I don't care too much about that. Wanderlust actually kind of sucks. They get like a -6 moodlet if we don't let them travel. So our 4th legendary pawn that joined us was this dude Red, who does have health conditions. Asthma's not that bad though, I think. They're good at general labor like crafting, art, and medical. We already do have a crafter, and we have like 3 artists already, so yeah, we don't care too much about that. We'll probably just have them smooth floors full time and like smooth the walls. Since we got so many people now, we need to expand the base. While that chaos was going on, we got a android trader who will actually trade us some androids. They also have some implants that we could install into our tier 2 android if we wanted to. This thing increases global learning rate and research speed. Our tier 2 android I don't think can do research. Plus they have 2 of these advanced power converters. They can only be applied to tier 3 and up androids though, and they're only going to sell us tier 2 and tier 1s, and our android's tier 2. Just what we're selling them is going to be 3.3k silver, which is going to more than cover the cost of this implant. The question is, do we want to buy these tier 2 androids? 15 social on this thing. It's capable of a lot of stuff though. It's a pop idol tier 2 android. That's interesting. This thing's not that good. I don't think we'll buy it. How about Kyle though? He's also pretty average. I mean, he can cook, I guess. And this thing does have a 0.05% food poison chance. Is androids food poisoning chance lowered, I wonder? It's 30% base value for androids. So yeah, I think it is lower. Maybe we'll just grab this thing for like a full-time cook. And this tier 1 kind of sucks. I don't even think we're gonna buy it. We should buy this animal though, this giant giraffe thing. So we got 2 hours left until what I'm gonna call an unbeatable raid. I don't think there's any winning here. There's only mitigating your losses. And the way we're gonna go about doing that is we're gonna start to haul everything that we need from our stockpile room into our main room. And basically I just deleted our stockpile room and I made a stockpile room in here. And the only thing I'm not gonna have them haul is this copper, which I thought traders would buy, but they haven't really been wanting it. And this stuff has a really high value of $5 a pop. We have 1,000 of it right here. That's 5k value. We're also gonna drop our prisoner cell in here and we're gonna arrest one of our dudes that we really don't care about. It was one of the 5 dudes that joined us from the legendary pawn joiner ward. And here's the raid, by the way. We're gonna look at that momentarily. We're also gonna strip him because we actually want his equipment. You can haul that back into base. We should probably grab as much of the steel as we can. We have a little bit of time because the raiders are being distracted currently. We don't have a crazy amount of time, and I want to show you guys like what they're fighting. There's some insects on the map that they're fighting. Okay, it looks like they've gone through the insects, and there were some mechs as well, and they're now beating on our walls. We got most of the steel inside, which is good. Everyone stay in a safe position, and Kana can actually shoot these guys with her ghost shot ability. Apparently, she does not have compatible weapons. I'm gonna actually try to save here really fast because that's a bug. Once I take out... Yeah, I think that's a bug. Okay, so reloading did fix that bug, and I will say that was a convenient time for a bug to happen. And we did ghost shot Johanna for 4.2 damage to the head. We can ghost shot again though, if needed. And yeah, one of these things tanks a good amount of our traps, if not most of them. They are now gonna head into our prisoner cell and take out Rigo, who does have Alzheimer's and he's frail. And they're gonna steal him. Hopefully they're gonna jack this copper and leave, which it doesn't look like they care about it too much. If they steal that dude and leave, that'd be great. But I'm surprised they're not trying to, one of them died. It says it has been stabbed to death, like it's one of our people, but it's not. I'm hoping they just leave, actually. That'd be great. Wow, they're not even gonna take the copper. They're just gonna leave. We could get out here and maybe capture this person, because they're trying to tunnel out. Wait, they're trying to actually leave. Let's try to get out here. Oh yes, this is perfect. Ghost shot on her. Ghost shots. And then we need to get people out here to fight her. People that can fight. People that we don't care about. Oh, she's gonna get out maybe. Crap. We can anti-armor her if we can get close enough. Oh god. Shadow Slayer. She's in Viz right now. Is she gonna come back? Oh, jeez. Asia got hit. Not badly though. This girl's got a mangled scar. Can we disable shot her? Anti-armor. Anti-armor. It hit? Oh, it did hit, but she got out. Lame. That was like such a good outcome. That's almost an outcome that like I would have had a save scum for. Let's take the orbital bombardment targeter. It's a good reward, but I wasn't gonna save scum for like a good reward. If we got to a point where there was no surviving, like I would just say, you know what guys, we got effed, new playthrough, and maybe we won't play with that race mod because it's like void in a sense that it's not scaled properly. It sent like 6 dudes like Asia, but then it also had like 8 of the little follower things, and one of them tanked a good amount of our traps. The scaling on that is just not even anywhere close to anything we've experienced thus far, and nothing that we're going to experience for the next probably 10 or 15 waves. And so for that reason, I don't mind save scumming to kind of like learn how to play against it. I had to kind of develop that strategy, and basically all the strategy was I just let them steal someone, which I didn't even know they would steal that person and leave. I thought they'd try to steal the copper and dip and maybe steal that person, but I didn't realize that all we need to do is sacrifice one person who sucked, who had Alzheimer's and they were frail, and that dude had just come off of having 2 mental breakdowns pretty much back to back within the last day due to Alzheimer's. He was completely useless to us, so I did not care about losing him at all. We got malaria on a lot of people. Wow. The amount of people that get diseased definitely scales up with the amount of people that you have, so that is a reason why you don't want that many people. Oh wow. A rancher is passing by from the Doom faction and she's insane. I'm gonna leave that unedited so you guys know I'm not, you know, messing with stats. Alright, here we go. Try to arrest. Ooh, we got it. and the Doom faction is now hostile with us, but I think it's worth. Oh yeah, we need to strip her gear and get her chainsaw out of here. She had a chitin chainsaw, which is actually really good material, and she does have 300% global certainty loss factor, so it's really easy to recruit her. That's from Volatile. She has way higher mental break threshold though, although something must be lowering it because it's only 32%. That's pretty average. I think one of her implants might be lowering it. And alrighty, the next raid is here. We got a good pawn join reward, which we don't really need more pawns, but they might be really good. The other two rewards are poor, so we're just gonna accept this. And I'm not sure what causes us to get the reward before clearing out the raid, but either way, these guys do have death acidifiers. That's like the special thing with this raid, and it is just by the Viking faction, which should all just die to traps. And you're gonna see the difference between this raid and the last one is quite astronomical. That last faction that raided us is meant to be some kind of boss faction, but I'm not really a fan of how it's scaled. I had that same problem with the Void mod. This dude is not crazy good. I think we're just gonna execute for, I'm pretty sure, some development points. Right now we're at 8 out of 10 development points, and I think if we execute the dude, and okay, one of our dudes was on a tantrum, so I had to make sure he didn't break anything, and while he was on a tantrum, this dude bled out, but it only was 45% blood loss. I'm not sure what happened there, but yeah, we didn't get any development points for that, which is whatever. We'll now go over the stats of the people that we got from the pawn join events. So this dude is exceptionally good at melee, 16 melee, quick hands does also increase melee hit chance, and his global work speed, and he can mine. Does have a compulsion to build as well, so we can have him mine and smooth, which is always good because we're trying to expand it into the mountain more. He is a wimp, so he has way higher pain shock threshold, which kind of goes against the fact that he's good at melee. Not sure if we're gonna have him actually fight. The dude did not have any health conditions, unlike this Minotaur who joined us, who does have an artery blockage. As far as her stats, she does not really have anything that we need. She's also abrasive, so she can piss people off basically. She's a tortured artist though. We could just kind of keep her in a miserable mood and just have her make nice art. Finally, we got Red, who did not waste any time going into mental breakdown, almost immediately went into food binge. They do not have any serious scars to speak of. As for their traits, they do have 12 mining, which is always useful, and they are an inventor, which does lower their global work speed though, but increases their research speed. But they don't really have any passions for research, so I don't know if we're gonna make them a researcher. They are a quick sleeper, so they don't need to rest as much, and probably we'll just have them mine full time for now. Speaking of research, we did finally get a really good tech passive cooler. We're gonna start researching that right now. We haven't been doing any research recently because we just got this tech research, Revian religious ceremonies, which allows us to build a blood sigil, and our Revian can sacrifice raiders here really quickly. That took forever to research though, because only Revians can research that technology, and she had 0 intellectual at the start of researching that. So even though it was only 500 tech, that took her, I want to say, like 3 days, plus she had malaria, and I allowed her to rest off a little bit. It might have even taken her like 5 days. So yeah, we haven't been getting much tech research, despite the fact that we have a ton of really good researchers. So Doom Girl's about to join us, and yeah, her UAC combat implant is what's lowering her mental break threshold, lowers her aiming time. Her bionic eyes give her way more sight, arm gives her extra manipulation, spine gives her way more manipulation and movements, and I'll just quickly mouse over these other body parts. Plus she also has Vulcan's Fire, the building god trait, which increased her construction speed by 100% and her global work speed by 100%, so she's going to be just pumping out traps or smoothing really fast if we need her to. And then Blitz also increased her global work speed by another 25% and her melee hit chance, and we're going to give her over the chainsaw, which doesn't have the craziest amount of armor pen, but 47 DPS is very high. We're going to end off the episode with some fireworks. Next wave is going to be orbital bombardment. It's going to fall on the entire map. I'm not sure if it's going to fall on places that are not affected by overhead mountain, and actually there's some place in here that's not overhead mountain. I need to not allow people to come in here or here. Maybe we should keep people out of this room as well, just because yeah, this light green area is not overhead mountain. Oh, then this thing right here is not overhead mountain too. There's like a little small place where something could sneak through, but we did put a wall there, so I'm not sure if the orbital bombardment could, you know, get through there. Well, the base is not sealed up properly, so we might actually have to fight these guys. Try to ghost shot one of them. I'm not seeing any of them are casters, so we could just chainsaw them up real quick. We could have our animals tank as well. Animals, go charge. He's gonna steal what they can and leave. We can't have that. What are they stealing? Like plasteel and stuff? And silver? Nah. 1,000 silver. No. Put that back here. And they're running. Okay, cool. Normal reward, a single pawn, but he's gonna be a good quality one, or 3 random laser weapons that require special space or ammo though. Laser weapons are really hit or miss. I kind of want the pawn join, even though it's only normal quality. I think we're gonna take that. We're just gonna hope it's someone good. Black, who is 50 points to 125 points. Sous chef increases cooking speed, lowers food poison chance, increases butchery speed and yield. Action boy makes him quicker. Then quick hands makes him even quicker. And he's a gastronomist, which lowers his food poison chance even more. We do have a full-time cooking bot, but this thing has some corrupt memory that I did not know about. And it makes him go into confused wander like once per day, it seems like. And his coolant pump, I guess, is faulty as well. So our cook is not great at being efficient. And I think this dude has less food poison chance, 0.04%. Versus our cooking bot's 0.05. So he is slightly better. But yeah, that'll be the end of this episode. In the next one, we're going to do this quest, and you can read over it if you want, but I'll go more into the rewards and who we're going to lend them for 14 days. I'm going to try to keep these more brief, and let me know any input you guys have on that. More brief episodes or like longer, less frequent ones.